Welcome back to my channel. Are you ready to read? As you can see, I have cut my hair and I've also invested in a new lipstick, which is very dark, but I really like it, so get used to it. December is next week and it's insane because Christmas is really creeping up on us, and I'm not saying it's a negative thing. I like Christmas, but this year has just gone by so fast and that is a bit scary. So today I thought that I would do the Booktube Newbie Tag because I'm still a newbie on Booktube. I think that the Booktube Newbie Tag is a great way to get to know me better, and this month I haven't read as much as I hoped. So next weekend, when I'm filming my wrap-up video for November, there won't be a lot of content in that one. So we'll see how that video goes, but right now you will get this video. There are 10 questions. I haven't been tagged by anyone, but I thought that it's a good way to get to know me. So let's just get started. The first question is, why did you start this channel? It was because I discovered Booktube this summer and I really enjoyed watching it. And since I love reading and since I love YouTube overall, I thought that maybe I could try this myself, and I did it. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? At the moment, I'm still a very basic booktuber. I haven't done anything original yet. Who knows, maybe I will bring something unique to Booktube in the future, but right now I'm just getting used to the basics of Booktube. Question number 3. What are you most excited for with this channel? I think I'm just excited for connecting with other booktubers. Feel like I'm part of Booktube because when I just watched it, it was very fun to watch, but I didn't feel like I was part of it. Even though I commented on videos and got responses, I still felt like I was only an observer. But now when I'm also making videos, I feel more connected to all the other booktubers, so I think keeping contact with other people and other booktubers is the most fun with this. And also that I have an excuse to make videos because I really like doing creative things and projects. I also enjoy editing videos, so now I get to do that more often because I have a purpose with my editing, so that is fun. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? I get to live multiple lives. I get to know people that maybe I won't meet in real life, and I learn a lot. I get a lot of experience as well. Even though I'm not the person in the book, I still feel like I have learned something from her mistakes, his or her mistakes, and done the cool stuff that the characters are doing. So I think it's making me a more complex person, and it makes me think and analyze and appreciate stuff and life and adventure. So I guess I just love reading because it makes my life richer. That sounds like a real cliche, but I think that's true. I think that's my answer. Number 5. What book or series got you into reading? I don't think it was a specific book because I don't remember a title right now, but I have always loved to read. I don't know, I just wanted to read a lot of stories. I wasn't very into just one book or one series. I think the most common answer for this question is Harry Potter, but I haven't read all the books. I've only read 2 of them when I was like 10, and then I had already watched the movies, so I wasn't very keen on reading books, unfortunately, because I think that if I would have read the books before I watched the movies, maybe I would also be a big Harry Potter fan if I had done that, but I didn't, and I don't think I can call myself a Harry Potter fan if I haven't read the books. And I think we all can agree on that. When I reached 9-10 years old, I really liked to read about vampires, and I think that was also because of Twilight. I liked the Twilight series. It wasn't my favorite series and my favorite books, but they really got me into reading more. So I think absolutely that the Twilight series and other vampire series and books made me read as much as I do today. Number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I would ask them these questions because these are very interesting. They're very hard to answer, and I think it tells a lot about you as a person and as a reader if you answer these questions. So I will probably ask them these questions. Maybe they have already done this tag and then I can just click and watch that one. Number 7. What challenge do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Firstly, I think it's this talking to a camera thing and be as natural and fluent as possible, because English is not my native language. I'm Swedish, and even though I love speaking English and I think that I'm quite good, it's still very challenging to speak fluently and speak fast and speak without thinking first. And I think it will be hard to overcome the fear of mispronouncing stuff, the fear of using grammar in the wrong way, because sometimes when I'm really into what I'm saying, I notice later when I'm editing the video that the grammar is wrong. And I don't like that, because I like languages and I want to be correct and precise. I'm scared of failing my language, basically. Question number 8. When did you start reading? I started reading maybe when I was 5, or I learned to read when I was 5, because I remember this incident in a bookstore, I think it was, with my parents. Yeah, my parents didn't try to learn me, so I just learned it by myself. Somehow, I'm really impressed. Good job, Matilda. But I really surprised my mother in this bookstore, because when we looked at books, or she looked at books, I just read something on the spine of a book and she just said, "Did you just read this?" And I read it again and she was like, "Oh my god, my 5-year-old daughter has learned how to read without anyone helping her." So I'm a bit proud, I have to admit. Yeah, so I learned to read when I was 5, and then I started reading books when I was 6-7 years old. Really thin, simple books with like 1 sentence on every page, and there were like 20 pages. So, and it took me a while. Number 9. Where do you read? I mostly read in bed before I go to sleep, because I can't go to sleep if I haven't read at least half a page. Or sometimes if I'm reading a really exciting book and I can't put away my schoolwork, I sit down in this chair if I'm home, or in my other chair in the apartment in this other city, with a cozy blanket and maybe a cup of tea or chocolate maybe. And also I like to read at breakfast, especially on the weekends when I have a lot of time. I also read in the car if I'm going somewhere far away, so I have to sit for a couple of hours. I like to read in the car, I have no problem with that. And also on the train, if there's not too much people on the train, because if I'm the kind of person who likes to listen to other people's conversations, even though I don't want to listen. Sometimes I just can't keep myself from listening. So sometimes it's impossible for me to pick up a book and sit and read if the people in front of me or next to me are talking to each other or talking on the phone. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It doesn't. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Grammar. The final question, number 10. What kind of books do you like to read? I don't think I have decided fully of what genre I like the most. I'm not that big of a fan of fantasy and science fiction. Even though I liked vampires a few years ago, I'm not really enjoying them as much anymore. I think what I like to read now is a bit of thriller, creepy stuff, but I think my favorite genre is contemporary. Adventure, traveling, contemporary love, relationships, that kind of stuff, the real life stuff. Even though I still like young adult books, I want to develop and dig deeper in the literature of the world. I hope that is an answer on that question. This was all the questions for this tag. I really enjoyed this tag. It was very hard to answer these questions. I hadn't prepared anything for these answers, so it was very challenging, both for me and making good answers and for my speaking speech. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you soon, hopefully. Bye!